Do you ever feel as though you're stretching your budget too thin or fighting to make ends meet? If so, you're not alone. Today we're pleased to discuss a subject that Charlie Munger, Vice Chairman of Berkshire Hathaway and a multi-billionaire, credits with helping him achieve financial success. Munger has had a long and successful career in business, and his capacity to live within his means has always been a key component of his financial strategy. How can we lower our cost of living in spite of the economic hardship? Well, in this video, we share Charlie Munger's invaluable advice.
Well, it's like a lot of practical problems in algebra. If you invert, you can solve it easily. If you don't, you can't solve it easily.
Exactly right.
Have a budget. Having a budget is one of the primary methods Charlie Munger has employed to reduce his cost of living and enhance his wealth. Munger has underlined the value of knowing what costs you money and how much you spend on various expenses in interviews and public appearances. You might find places where you can make savings by being mindful of your spending patterns. For one, if you find out that you're spending a lot of money on food, consider planning your meals in advance and doing a full inventory of your pantry before you go shopping. This can help you cut back on impulse buys and save money at the grocery store. Cancelling subscriptions that you no longer use or that don't add value to your life is another option to reduce wasteful spending. This may include subscriptions to periodicals, gyms, or streaming services. For instance, if you have a gym membership but don't regularly visit the gym, you might think about cancelling it or switching to a home workout app. If you have a Netflix account but rarely use it, why not get rid of it? Make a budget that works for you and reduce your cost of living by being conscious of your spending habits. It's crucial to follow your budget as well. After you've established one, it might assist you in maintaining control over your spending and preventing debt. Setting and monitoring financial objectives for yourself is one method to do this. For instance, you might decide to pay off a particular debt or save a certain amount of money each month. You may maintain motivation and concentrate on your financial goals by setting these goals and monitoring your progress. To help you manage your money and stick to your budget, you might also think about using a budgeting program or app. This will help you with the next Munger rule.
And so, of course, I had that trick very early. And most people would say, how can you please tell us what you do to save India? And of course, I would approach it differently. I'd say, what could I do which would most easily hurt India? And approaching it in reverse that way, I got better results.
Have an emergency fund. A financial reserve that you can access in the event of emergencies or unforeseen costs is what we call an emergency fund. It can aid in your financial security and lessen the need for you to take on debt or rely on credit cards to cover unforeseen expenses. In order to reduce the cost of living and improve your financial stability, Munger has underlined the significance of keeping an emergency fund. He's made the point that unanticipated bills and emergencies can happen at any time, so having some money on hand will help you avoid the stress and hardship of having to cover these charges. To create a reserve fund, Munger advises reducing wasteful spending and setting aside a modest sum from each paycheck. For instance, if you can save $100 per month, you can amass over $1,000 in just a year. Of course, your emergency fund will grow more quickly the more you can save each month. You can gradually increase the size of your emergency fund over time by making a budget and identifying places where you can save money. Munger has additionally urged people to prioritize setting up an emergency fund as a strategy to safeguard their finances. He's made it clear that having an emergency fund can give you financial security, peace of mind, and the ability to feel more secure and ready for whatever life may bring. Like Charlie Munger, you may cut your cost of living, improve your financial stability by creating an emergency fund. While you prepare for the rainy day, Munger is known to always hammer this next point. Avoid debt. Avoiding debt whenever possible is one of Charlie Munger's most important pieces of advice for reducing your cost of living and boosting your wealth. Debt can be a significant drain on your resources and make it challenging to establish financial stability and save money. Munger has made a point of highlighting the risks of debt and the significance of avoiding it in interviews and other public settings. Being careful with your credit card use, for example, is one method to stay out of debt. Munger advises against using credit cards for frivolous spending or impulsive purchases. Only use them for goods you can afford in cash. You can prevent interest fees and save long-term savings by paying off your credit card bill in full each month. Munger warns that it's best to reduce the number of credit cards you carry. Several credit cards might result in multiple interest charges and payments, which can put a strain on your finances. It might be advisable to stay away from credit cards entirely if you can't handle using them responsibly. The average American owes at least $90,000. Cumulatively, this balloons up to $31 trillion. Even the US government admits that its gigantic debt is unsustainable. Charlie Munger now provides us with some strategies for getting out of debt. One way to do this is to put a freeze on your spending and prioritize needs above wants. This is spending less on non-essential expenses and just paying for what's really necessary, such as food, housing, and medical costs. You can free up more money to use toward paying down your debts by cutting back on your spending. Prioritizing paying off debts with high interest rates first is another tactic. Live below your means. Instead of spending all of your salary or even more, this suggests that you spend less than you make. You can gradually grow your wealth and financial stability by doing this. Munger drew attention to the fact that one of the main risks of excessive spending is that it can result in debt. When you overspend, you might be tempted to use credit cards or borrow money to pay the additional expenses, but doing so might leave you with a lot of debt and interest payments. You can stay out of this trap and secure your financial future by living within your means. Concentrate on reducing wasteful spending. This can involve cutting out unused or superfluous subscriptions, cooking at home rather than going out to dine, and avoiding impulse buys. You can lower your overall expenses and live on less money by paying attention to what you spend your money on and concentrating on your financial priorities. Developing a thrifty mindset is another method to live within your means. This entails prioritizing your priorities and being willing to reduce on non-essential spending. This could entail things like spending less on entertainment, purchasing second-hand goods rather than brand new ones, and searching for means to minimize prices on essentials like groceries. When you practice frugal living and you stay aware of your purchases, that's one way to lower your cost of living. Charlie Munger gives another tip, one he has practiced for half a century. Invest wisely. The act of investing involves spending your money to purchase items with the potential to increase in value over time. Stocks, bonds, properties, and other kinds of assets may fall under this category. Investing has various advantages. One of the key advantages is the possibility for your money to increase over time. When you invest, you're taking a risk with the money you have, but if it pays off, you will be better off with a sizable return. By supplying you with more money or resources, this is how you increase your wealth and lower your cost of living. Purchasing a variety of assets might also assist in preserving your wealth. Diversifying your portfolio can help lower overall investment risk and improve your prospects of long-term success. So, if by any chance one particular investment performs poorly, you will not suffer a devastating blow because you will be cushioned by other investments. Munger has provided a variety of suggestions for making sensible investment decisions. One of them is to investigate an asset before investing in it. It's critical to comprehend how it operates as well as the hazards and rewards that could result. You can boost your chances of success and make better judgments as a result. So learn a lot and start investing as soon as you can. The earlier you start investing, the longer you have for compound interest to build your money. Compound interest is the act of generating interest on both your initial investment and any previous investments. As a result, investing can grow more quickly the longer you do it, which makes it a crucial component of accumulating wealth over time. When it comes to investing, Munger also advises patience. It's crucial to keep in mind that investing is a long-term process, and your investments may not grow right away. You can decrease the likelihood of failure by exercising patience and keeping an eye on the long term, rather than acting rashly in response to short-term market swings. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more useful financial tips. Feel free to check out our other videos so you build a wealth of knowledge. Stay tuned.